Hi everyone! Today I want to show you how to achieve this dipped embossing look. You can see the top half of the letters are stamped in ink. This is Emerald Envy, and the bottom looks like it's been dipped in liquid gold. It's a really simple technique that I saw recently at a Stampin' Up! Event. It was shown by Sarah Douglas, our CEO. She always makes amazing projects, and I just loved it. I had to try it as soon as I got home. I'll know you want to try it too. First, I want to talk a little bit about the products I used on this card. This is the Pine Bough Textured Impressions Embossing Folder. It's beautiful. It's a really simple pine branch, but it's really elegant. And I found out that it is going to be part of the online extravaganza, which begins on November 21st. The Pine Bough Textured Impressions folder is going to be 30% off. It's normally $7.50. It's going to be $5.25. It's a really awesome deal, and I highly recommend it. I love it. This stamp set is also on special. That's actually on the Stitched from the Heart special that's going on the entire month of November. It's part of the Christmas Pines collection stamp set, and it's beautiful. That whole stamp set has so many wonderful things. You've seen it on a few of my projects on my blog if you go there, because I've been using it like crazy lately. Also, this paper, it's beautiful. It's Emerald Envy Cherry Cobbler. It's part of a collection called here we go. It's called Presents and Pine Cones, and you can see it's got presents and pine cones. So many pretty colors. Emerald Envy, Cherry Cobbler, Mint Macaron, and it's got some Dijon in there as well. It's beautiful. I've only got this little strip left of this candy cane. Tiny little bits, because I just love it. It's a beautiful collection. And with it, there's washi tape. I love the coordination of Stampin' Up! I use washi tape on the insides of my cards, as you can see here. I just think it adds a really nice touch. I always do it, and I think it's just really makes the insides look finished. So that's the washi tape. The whole collection is beautiful. Even the ribbon is beautiful. There's Cherry Cobbler and Emerald Envy that come together bundled, and they're beautiful. Everything's beautiful. That's the word of the day. So let's get to the technique. I started with a piece of Whisper white cardstock that I embossed with the folder. It's hard to see white on white. The texture is really beautiful when you see it in person. Okay, I used the large Noel stamp from the Christmas Pine stamp set. This technique works best with a bold image, something with a thick line. The small line art doesn't really work as well. I'm going to do Cherry Cobbler, just because I made a lot of green earlier. I should say Emerald Envy. And go ahead and ink the entire stamp. Okay, this ink is Versamark. It's used for embossing. It's kind of sticky and clear. Now you could go right on your block, but then you'll have Cherry Cobbler on your pad. So one tip that we were shown was that you can take a little bit of your Versamark ink and put it on a little clear block, because it's easy to clean the clear block. I always buy a refill when I buy any of my inks. If you didn't happen to buy a refill and you want to try this before your refill comes, you can just take the pad and dip that all over your block. As you can see, I have a sponge. These sponges come in a set of 3 for $3.50, and I cut them into wedges. I get about 6 from one sponge, so 18 from a pack. And I normally have one for each color, but I didn't have one for Versamark, so I just cut one today. Okay, so you're going to take the sponge and you're going to dip it in that Versamark that you put on your block. There you go. And then come over to your stamp and put the Versamark on the bottom half of your image. Now you're going to stamp it onto your paper. There. So that is our look so far. Next comes the embossing. I'm going to close up these inks so I don't get powder in them. Okay. I always use a little scrap paper underneath when I emboss so I can catch the little bits. Now you could just pour right on, and I try to stay close to the line. you can kind of tell where your embossing line is because the ink is a different color. And flick to get any little droplets of that embossing powder off. I think I needed a little more right on the end there. There you go. So I've got embossing powder on the lower half. It's hard to see in this, but when it turns beautiful gold, you will see the reveal when I heat it up. Let's put embossing powder back in the jar. There. I got a lot more on there. Okay. Now I'm going to get out the heat gun. It's going to be a little loud for just a second. Look how pretty that is. It looks like I dipped it in some gold. Love it. Okay. From here, we're just going to finish up our card. I like to fold different ways sometimes, so I decided to make my card fold this way. Here's that pretty candy cane stripe, which I love. Here we go. Oh, I want to put some ribbon around here before I adhere this to my card. I did a little something different with this card. I am going to make a confession. I am not a good bow tire. My sister can tie a bow just about anytime, anywhere. She can make it always end up exactly how she wants it. It can be facing the right way. Mine always go crooked, no matter what I do. I just can't do it. So some people like to do this little ribbon trick where you just take a strip and adhere it, and you save yourself, I don't know, 1.5 inches of ribbon. I don't really know that that's much of a saving, so I wouldn't do it for that purpose. Although you could. If you're making a lot of cards, that inch will go a long way. But I wanted my bow to be facing kind of the horizontal way, and I could not get it to work unless I got it and then tied it. So that is why I did that. So I'm going to be nervous tying this bow because, like I said, I am not a good bow tire. I don't know what it is I do. Probably when you're watching, you'll say, oh, it's because you know, my sister shows me. She'll say, oh, you loop this one over first. You should always loop that one. And no matter what I do, she'll show me 10 times, and I just can't do it. So I do it my own way. And, whoops, in the end, it works out. And I usually glue dot it underneath to make it stay exactly where I want. Now I kind of fuss with it a little bit to make it. There we go. You'll make a much better bow on your cards at home. I've tried those little bow makers, little wooden dowel things. No matter what, it doesn't matter. My bows are just not meant to be. There we go. Oops. Trim the little tails here. There. Okay, now I'm going to put a glue dot behind the bow because I want it to stay right there. And I love glue dots. They are my friend. So we're going to put that right there. Turn this one, there we go. There. See how fast and easy that card was? Like I said, the inside, you can choose any of these really cute washi tapes that go with the collection. And I think I will go with the stripe. Although I'm running out of the stripe, I need to buy more. There's no rhyme or reason to how I decide to put the washi tape on. Sometimes I put it across the bottom, sometimes I put it across the side. It's kind of whatever I feel like at the moment. There we go. So there's your inside. Don't you think it's pretty with that washi? I think so. I think you need washi tape. Okay, so here is the dipped embossing. I hope that you like it. I wanted to show you another card that I did with it. This one is a non-Christmas card. It says, enjoy the little things. And the bottom half is embossed. I was given a card like this at the recent onstage event. I got to be a display stamper, which was really fun. And Andrea, who is in charge of that whole department, made me this card, thanks for everything. And I thought it was just such a cute card, don't you think? And so I kind of copied it a little bit. Well, almost exactly, actually. So that's a fun stamp to use too. So I hope that you look through your collection, find some stamp sets that you can use this dipped embossing technique on, and consider getting this pine bow folder starting November 21st. It'll be on sale. Yay! You can shop for Stampin' Up! Products on my blog, bethspapercuts.com. I would love to earn your business, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.